So the first thing they asked us to talk about was our role at our institution and our background. So I'll just tell you I'm a little schizophrenic in that in my life right now, because currently I am at the National Science Foundation, so that's hat number 1, and I do the big data program for education and participate in figuring out what's going on with big data across NSF, et cetera. I'm also an associate professor of learning sciences and instructional technology at Utah State University, where I do my own research, mostly around time series analyses and as big a data as I can get right now. Then in January, I'm starting at O'Reilly Media as principal learning scientist, where I get to go build the fun, exciting, real learning space that I've wanted to build for 8 million years, and it's very hard to do for lots of reasons in academia. So yeah, all of the above. But in terms of thinking about things that I think are upcoming, that I think are exciting, so I'll take off NSF and O'Reilly and all the other hats and just be like, this is what Taylor thinks is interesting and exciting right now. I'm very excited about where we're going in terms of real-time analytics, and it's one of the things that I think is going to be really fun at O'Reilly, is having a good team that we can really, and I'm sure, Ali, you understand this well, have a terrific team that we can really get that feedback immediately on what's happening. So, as it's happening, feedback, and as it's happening, personalization, as it's happening, all these great things that people have been talking about today. And being able to test out how that affects learning in a really quick and overturned sense. I'm also, as Al brought up, he brought up reproducibility. I'm very excited about the possibilities we have right now for containerization using systems like Docker, et cetera, where we can not only have the data, share the data, but I can share the whole package that was my analysis at the time, right? So not just share my data, share my code, but share the version of the code in a situation in which you can go execute it where it was then. Because otherwise, as we all know, well, guess what? Python's moved on to number 3, but as data scientists, where are we? We're still in 2.7. So all that kind of fun stuff means that we have a really great opportunity to not only reproduce, but also share better, right? It means I could go look at it, use some code, tweak some code to do a few things that were really exciting that were not what you were looking for in the data. The other thing containerization gives us is the ability to do privacy in a way that might actually protect younger kids' stuff, which right now, I think a lot of us are thinking about higher ed. One of the reasons at NSF I've ended up focusing more on higher ed is because we have 18-year-olds, they can consent, right? That makes being able to work with different types of data a lot easier. In the US, at least, we have a very much bigger problem working with K-12 and privacy. So with all those exciting things to think about, I will end on the privacy note just because I think if we don't start dealing with that as a community, that we're not going to have access to the kind of data to be able to do the Martin Luther and nail on the wall in a K-12 setting, because we won't be able to do the tests. So that's it. Thanks.